we're on the first segment and I'm actually doing the clear coat, and I said I would do it, and I am. So I can just go across here and hopefully I'll be able to see this end anyway. Topping on the airbrush now. Might put the other fan on to get a bit misty. Sticker there, never mind. See you in a minute. There it is. I'll have to prepare that. Oh, look at that. Having fun, haven't we? You're seeing all the mistakes there. I'll repair it later. Right, I'm going to leave that now and repair those bits and pieces. Pretty annoying, but that's life, isn't it? I'm going to have to let this dry before I do anything else. So, right, that's the end of this spraying segment, and I'll show you later on once I've done the repairs. Right, I've just come back in. There was a little mark I put with my finger on earlier on, so I got rid of that as well with the green. I've just sprayed the green again in that area. You can see the different. I'm going to let that dry for a few hours, and then I'm going to just respray very lightly over there with the satin varnish, and that's so good. And I'll put that back on. It's easy enough. It's just sitting up raised, so it's drying off there. So back to normal. Really happy with that. So anyway, so we'll leave that go. You see where it basically is. I don't know what, something must have fell on it off from a tissue or something, and I never noticed it, but anyway, it's all sorted now, and let me dry off now, so I'm going to put this back over in its place over here, and I'll cover it over with a bit of an air bit just to get it. So we're okay now for that, and I'm just going to go back in with a bit of varnish anyway. So right, see you in the next segment. This was very short, sorry about that, but I'll just show you I've repaired that little part there. Right, we're back, and I have actually put that over in the undercover, and I will be spraying a clear coat over the bits I've done, so just feather it in. Anyway, basically we're going to look for instructions now. I've got all the tools to put on still, and make some straps up for those later, but I can do that once most of the things are done. And here we go. Oops, it's falling apart now. So this is the just have a look, see, yeah. This is the part we're on now. So we're going to start building the carrot, starting from 19 to right up to 28. So, and there's not much, but it's still going to need a bit of clean up as well. So we start off with this, and I remember Andy's hobby shop saying don't put these shell things on and the brackets on until you've got the top bits on as well, so because they fit in quite snugly. Now of course this is the Hercules and not the M10 destroyer that he built, so I will double check that before I start actually gluing bits in place. Anyway, but basically it's going to be very similar, so all the way through, building up the bottom half of the turret and the side panels, and adding all the little hand grips, which are really good because they're in the right scale, they look really nice. And then building up the breech for the gun, and then we go over to it and we carry on with the breech, bits and pieces all the way around, all the way around for the 17-pounder, and then coming over here and basically getting it gun ready for actually putting it into the turret. And then we get to the end of this where we're putting the actual frameworks and bits and pieces together at the front. So that, then we get to there, we stop, and then we do this. Now this is a bit I'm looking forward to, because basically I might even jump to this first to do this bit first. The reason being is I want to see if I can make these workable, so be using a brass rod or something over there. So, and if I can, that'd be great, because it means you can have even sitting down or standing or up in the, when they're firing, I presume all these seats will be folded out the way. I was good to give them the be able to run around with the turret, because it would be, because the floor below would actually, they'd be walking on it when the turret's turning, I should think. Anyway, so there you go, so that'd be that bit. So I'm going to jump to that first and go, and then we get back and we carry on with the turret bits to the inside and the other panel now on this side. And then we start talking about the counterbalance weights on the back, which actually got receptacles in for putting stowage in this particular one, and adding bits and pieces as you go around. And this is where the turret ring goes into position. Then we come over here, then this is where we've got choices. These are the actual things for a cover, because evidently these bits used to fold down flat, but when I was hoping they were going to be workable, because they'd be quite nice. I think they are. But anyway, but basically you can pull them up, and then you have a canvas cover over the top to keep the weather out in bad weather. Not during war, when they're in action, I wouldn't have thought, but definitely when they're on the road, or just sitting in a field waiting, or having a snack and a cup of tea, as it were, or a brew up. Anyway, so, and brew up used to be what they used to say when the tank was sitting with a shell. They used to say they brew it up, but basically we're British, we mostly think of brew up a nice cup of tea. Anyway, so you've got a choice of the metal barrel and the plastic one. I'm going to build a plastic one. I've got that, obviously got that one, and if I like what I see and it goes together really well, because it's nice and light, I don't think it'll make too much balance on the turret. But obviously this is aluminium, so it's going to be pretty light as well. And then you build the bits and pieces up around the turret, more of these supports for canvases, and that's what I think they are, because I think someone said about it once in a video. And then basically they're building up the 50 cal, which I've got a 3D version, but what I've seen of this, because it's in 16 scale, it looks quite nice, so I might go with that anyway, and keep the 50 cal for another project, because I've got other projects. And then we're basically adding on the gun mantlet onto the actual front of the turret, put the machine gun, which is a straight slot in job, and building up the muzzle brake, which basically I would have thought that would have been done with the gun, but it doesn't matter, onto the back. I suppose it's because you've got a choice of 2 gun barrels, and that's the reason for it. Then putting it on, and then basically slotting it into position. And you can see the walkway around, where you'd have to walk around the crew if the seats were folded down, they'd be walking into them. So I don't know, they might be able to sit on them and fire the gun, I don't know. Be interesting to know, but most of the time I always see them standing in it. So with that, it doesn't matter anyway, but I'm going to try and make them folding, and then that's what we've done. And we've got a crew member, I'm not sure about whether I'll be doing him at this point, but it's a nice crew figure anyway. Right then, so that's what we're going to do. So we've got to skip back to this bit, and that's the beginning of the build for the turret. And so, right, so that's what I've just showed you now. I'm going to switch off now, and we'll come back and we'll be building the turret on the next segment. It might not be straight away now, but for you it will be when you see it come up. Right, here we go. That's the end of this segment. Right, I'm back, and oops, don't know about we didn't get my head in again. Right, I'm way above with the camera now because I think it's easy for doing this. So what I'm going to do is cutting bits off, and what we want is this one first for this part here. So I'm going to get the sprue gates off here and snip. Someone's at the door somewhere. But I'm not going to rush out. That's that bit. I might as well cut the other one off as well because this is going to come later and you can't miss it really. It gets glued to it eventually. So we'll cut this off as well. I'll come in underneath and just got the point of it on, flatten it down. That's it. Push it blades flat to the actual surface of the ring, to the actual cogwheel. And I think we've got one more to do. Yeah. And that's off as well. We can't muck these up, so that's okay. So now what we're going to do is get the seats, and that's 41, 34 and 39. The E41, I think Andy said he left his off and painted them separate, which makes more sense, so I'm going to be doing that as well. So there we go, so we're going to find those. I'm seated, so I'm not sitting on one of them. Right, here we go. So I'll put that over there. Right. This is 39. 39 and we need 3. So they're doubled up, so there's 4 of them, so you've got spares if you wanted them. Right, here we go. Yeah, I'm still on camera. I was going to zoom in a bit, but sometimes I lose where the camera is now until I get me something to sort out. So I have another project, get me camera either sorted out or get another one and use this one for just doing side shots. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll have a think about that later. Right, and then we need another one of these ones. So I should do it again. And that one. And that one. So I've got 3 of those. Now I need 3 41s, and I might as well get the 41s off, and here they are. There's 2 on this one. Oops. I always like to go flat blade to the actual one I'm going to cut off. That's it, there's 2. We need another one. I'll leave these over here flat now because it'll be easier. And there's another one now. This will be 3. Just the other side. Just had a message coming on. Don't remember that's from Greg because he's up and about a little bit now at the moment. But that's that 3. And now we need 3 34s. This is E, as you can see, because I've got E on it. There you go. 34s. And where's that? Can't be far away. I'm going past it, I must be. It's not on that one. E34. Oh, here they are. They're small. Of course, I was looking something bigger. That's what it was. Sorry about that. It was a bit of silly senior moment. 67 is their trouble. There you go. That's 2, and we can get one off this one.
We only need one. That's it, that's that one. Well, I'll put these back in the box below. And right, what we're going to do now is clean them up. Where's my little sanding stick? This is it. I'll use this one and then the smooth one afterwards. So I'm going to get that off around there. I've got to make sure I don't overrun with the timing on some of these. I think an hour wait is way too long really. That half hour's about right. That's it. And that's that one done. And this one. Ah. It's funny, it looks good. I think that goes on to there. I think the bits have to come off. Yeah, they must do. Right, here we go. So we've got a bit more cleaning to do. So that's got to come off, and they've got to go flush. I can sand it flush in a minute. Might be able to zoom in. As long as I stay about there. Here we go. Cut them off. That's it. Almost done. And they're going to have to be sanded off. And the same with these ones have got to come off. Yeah, needs a bit sanding. I've got 3 of those to do, so I'll bring those over to this bit because I know I've got to do those. Run shots. Right, here we go. Now I can get this, and what I'll do now is just go light. I'll get this finer side because this is a bit of the glue in. That's it. Right, that's done. That one there. That one's done. That one's done. I've already done that one, and I silly devil. I went the wrong way. This one's got to be done. There it is. Done. Right, here we go. This one's got to be done on the edge now. Yeah. I'll get my knife. I think I might be able to do a bit quicker and just give it a sand afterwards. So we're going to get in here like that's it. You're in home shop. That's that one done. That one's got to be done. Don't want to cut myself. That one. That one's been done, but I can still. And get on the other side. That one. Lovely. So that's that one done. That one, I'm going to sand them in a minute, and then we're going to have a look at these to see what needs to be done on this. Now there's a lot of little bits in there. I can do the sand stick and at the end on the finer stuff. Now I'm going to do a bit of scraping. Oh, that dodgy old blade. I'm going to get the scraping on this. I know you're most probably not going to see any of this, but sometimes I just do it anyway. There's a bit there. And get that bit coming out there. Done. And the other side. I've got to come to the middle here, haven't I? Silly devil. And you can see it over to the middle. I've got me line in the middle there, it's more or less right, so I should be able to get it right every time. We'll stand over there. And a little bit there. Right there then. Well, that's that one done. A bit of glue over this would actually take the last of the raised bit off, but I like to get it off. Oh, that's one. Back into the middle again. Silly me. There we go, so we're doing that. Now I'm going to do the next two offline, because then off camera, so you know what I'm doing now. So I'll come back in a little while. See you in a second. Right, I've done one off camera because I've still got three if I need to not be if I couldn't do it. Now I want to look at one of the vehicles in the museum and see whether this bar would go across. So there's the bar I've done. It's not quite straight, but you're going to have to do. Oops, there it is. There it is, and basically it folds up like so, and then comes down. Now I've had to modify the actual bits. If I can do this bit, here we go. I've had to modify it to get it to do it, but and the back, because if you see, let's get one. That's what it looks like, and that's what it looks like now. So you can see I've done it. Whoops. Done a lot of modifying to get it like it. So now I'm going to have a look, see if there is a pin in the real one that goes across. Because if there is, then I can actually put that on there, and that's what it would look like. So I'm going to have a look in, see if there's one, and then if there is, I'll carry on doing another two. I wanted to do one off camera because if it did go wrong, I can. Oops. If it did go wrong, at least I could actually redo it again. So I'm going to come out now, just a bit further. I think when you go too close, it's too awkward. So yeah, so that's it, and that's it folded. Obviously it'd be upright, but it's folded flat at the moment because it's there you go, and it goes on to, where's the ring? There it is. So if I put it on here now, just hold it in place. Don't worry about the top. Right, that's in place now. So there it is in place. And then if it's folded up, it'd be like that. So that's it. So that's what I've been doing. And if I do a bit of research in a minute and find out that the bar does go across, makes sense. But it's like anything else. If it isn't like it, then I'll just revert back to these and they won't move. They'll either be closed up or open down. So we'll have to give it a miss on that. So see what happens. But I hope it is, and then I can carry on doing it. It takes a little bit of time to doing it, but I'll do the next one on camera then on this one. Right, so I'm going to switch off now and catch you in a minute after I've done my research. Well, it won't be a minute for me, and good knows how long for you. Seconds. Well, here we are. I've made two, and to test it out, so I've got two. I've got a spare one anyway if that goes wrong. But what I'm doing now is going to show you how I do this work. And I don't know how this is going to work, because basically I think I've got to get the camera a bit more downwards. No, I ain't. I'll try and do it over here. If I put it over here and work there. Try to work there anyway. Right, I have to have them goggles on because I'm getting a bit close to this bit. So now what I've got to do is drill a hole through this part, which is through, to make the actual bracket. So what I do is, I don't know whether this is picking up. Yeah, it will if I stay there. I come in from this end and I come in from near. I put a hole about in the middle, and I've just started off. There you go, started off there. So so it goes across the other side. So what I'm going to do then is I'll get my drill. Where is it? Has it got the big one in? No, it's got small. I've got two drills here, a slightly big, small one for the first holes to go through this. And so what I do is I keep looking up now. I wish I had my screen now. So I've got a little bit of an indentation here, which you can see. Well, you can't see, but I'm now going to start turning. Oops, no, that's not. It's not going to go. I've got to get a bit more in there. There it is. This is awkward. It's more awkward on camera because I can actually get it right close to me to do it. Now I've done, maybe you can see that. I've got a small, that way. I've got a small hole there. I think you can see just about there. Yeah, you can see the indentation. So now I've got to get my drill, which is here, if I put that there, into that little hole, or the indentation it's more. I've got it there now, and I've got something solid to push on. And now I'm going to start pushing now. I'm still on. Like I said, I've got a spare one of this now because I've done two and it worked. And I have looked over went on the internet. There is a photograph, and you can see a bar going across as well. So I'm right to do it this way. I thought you have to, because unless there's bolts either end, but it makes more sense that there's something there. Right, it's getting there slowly. I think I could have gone a bit further up, but never mind. It's getting there. If this goes wrong, I've still got my other one. Doing it on camera, it might probably go wrong. This drill isn't blunt, it's just the fact I don't want to put too much pressure on. Right, here we go. Now this is a bit they've got to go across now and clean that up. There. I've got a hole there now. You should be able to see. So I'm going to go through with the drill again, and this time I'll go over to the other side. Now I'll come onto my side like this towards me so I can see wherever I'm going, and I've got to get it into the other side in the back so it's level. So yeah, you can see what I'm doing, but I can't get the angle right for you to get it if I don't get it right for myself. And that's about right, I think. So I'm going to start turning it slowly. Might get a pin. I've got one. I didn't need this last time. I think sometimes you get it like this. So I've got these pins here, and what I'm going to do is find the hole which is there, swing it round so I get the size I want. I'll get one of the bigger needles, and there it is, and get one out. These are not for the wife. I bought this set for me. She's got them in her little pot, and I do bits of dining sometimes as well. So right, now I want to go through with this and basically start a hole up there. I think I've got a hole there now. Yeah, I'm still there. Need to unfocus. Ain't it funny when you're doing it like this? I could use my power drill, but then I'd rip through it, wouldn't I? And that's no good. I think we're going now. Yeah, I'm still here. Yep, and that's level as well, so more or less level, so that's okay. I'll have a little bit of play on the other holes because I use a bigger drill to go through. And I don't want to go right through. I just got to put it deep enough so the brass bit of rod, or it's a tube actually, but I'll fill it over with super glue so you don't see the hole. How far is that going? That's got to go a bit more. So if I hold this like this, like so. I know a power drill will go through this easier. If I do that, you sometimes get, yeah, that's deep enough now I think. I'll give it a bit more. Yeah, that is. So now what I do, let's get a bit of extra thin and just clear the holes up. Not too much obviously. Makes them smooth inside as well. Yep, there you go, done that one. Right, now we've got to do this one, and this needs reshaping anyway, so I'm going to start reshaping it because I've got to reshape it quite tragically, but the trouble is when I look at them it's about the same. So that bit, the bridge goes up there, can't be there. Can't be there. There you go. I don't know whether I could come down further. No, because I'll be looking at the screen. So what I'll do is start doing it now and make sure I'm enough in the middle. That says it, I'm on the cool side. As I said, I've got a spare, and I've managed to do this every time. Okay, so far, well, last couple of times, because then when it's round, because in real life, the way this part is positioned into the kit, it wouldn't work anyway, because this would be too long. It just wouldn't be able to fill. And this is a mechanism that takes it out and wipe round. But anyway, but I'm doing this. And I think it works better because the other two really worked. And I'll get that bit a bit more like that, even though I can still do this a bit better later on. Get a bit more. See if it's the same, more or less. Gonna go like that on the smoother side. Right, now what I'm going to do is get a bit of glue there, clean up that bit, clean up all the sandy bit. I already took the recesses out, but I didn't put filler in it this time. Right, that's what we go. So now what we're going to do is cut a bit of tube. This pair's got a blade broken off of it, but it doesn't matter, it does this right through. So I'm going to cut it about there, and I think that should be about right size, but it doesn't matter if I can trim it down. Right, here we go. So now we've got to let that dry. Now I've got to get the holes in this now to line up. So what I normally do is push this in so one of the holes lines up, which is takes it a bit down to there. That's how I want it, right down the end. Oops, no, it's going to come a bit higher. Right, if I look at it like that, is that straight on? The answer is yes. I can file this one down in a minute, so that's not a problem. So that seat's going to sit up right a little bit, but that's okay. Right. So now what I've got to do is, did I do that right? I'm being very careful. There you go, that looks okay from that way. That looks okay from that way. So what I've got to do is push that in a little bit like that. And now I'm going to drill my whole hole. This is a big one, isn't it? Or is this a small? No, it's still the small one. The big one's going to be used in a minute afterwards. I'll use the small one first. So what I've got to do is go in, I'm still there, go into this hole and start drilling. And that is, now it's got to go a bit more. Yep, so I've got to drill a hole now, just there. Right, is that about right? This is fiddly, but I want to get it as near as I can. Right, so now I can go into it and start drilling. Once I've got it going, I can take it off. And now I've got a hole there, which you can see there. And now I'm going to drill through and do the same the other side. And then I'll open up the hole with the bigger drill. So it's still on the camera. There you go. Keep going. Clear that bit off. Looks like it's going to go now. There it is. Right, get that off. Now I've got to drill right through straight to the other side. Now I do this line up like I did last time, and like that. And now I'm going to start drilling again. Up a bit. Right, that's in there, and that's, yeah, that's straight, that's okay. So I've got to go right through this one. Coming through. As you can see. Now I take that up, and then I get the bigger drill now and make this one so it's a bit more, there's a bit more flexibility in the actual position of the seat. Start again, go through easy this time, and come through that way, and I'll go back that way. That's it. And then I'll get my glue. Well, in fact, I'll scrape this time. then I'm going to put a bit of glue on this, just to round the holes off a bit better. Right, that's it done. Right, now I know I'm going to have to some more sanding in a minute once I get it together, but now I'm left with these two parts now, with the holes in. There you go. Right, let's go back down. Right, I've got to make me little pin, so now I've got to do this. Got to make sure it's the right way round, which has got to be with this bit at the top, and the seat drops into place, so that's it. Line the holes up. There you go, it's going to go. And then you put the pin in. And it's just see it going through. Now that's not going to be straight, but it is going in there. And I can't pull that out in there, so that's good. So what I've got to do now is shorten this down, shorten the pin down to the correct, nearly the correct height, length I should say, using this. It's all by sight really. There you go, and now I can go back in. It hasn't gone in, I don't think. Did I pick up the wrong one? Of course I didn't. No, it's not going in that hole, so there's a hole needs to be more in line. No, it's not in there. I have to drill that one out a bit more. Perhaps it wants to go a bit more in. So I'm going to drill a bit more, not too much. Was that the small one or the big one? No, that's the big one. I want the small one. Yep, that must be it. Yeah, I'm still on camera, I wasn't sure I was. Right, there we go. Put that in there. This pin was more or less going to be the right length. I could have calibrated it, but I think no point in worrying too much about that. Right, it's gone in that one. Isn't it funny? It doesn't want to go in there, and yet it's perfect. Now I can't glue it like that because that's going to come undone. I'll put it the other way. Right, you see what I'm basically doing. I'm going to have to come offline now and just have a look at this closer. So I'll see you in a second. I'm back, and it did go in. The pin was too long, and I pulled it. Now it's in perfect position. I'll show you there. There it is. So now I'm going to put some glue on the end of that now and make sure it's in. Yep, it is. And we get some glue off this little tub I've had earlier on. Got some here, and I'll put super glue this on the outside here, nowhere else. And a bit more. Right, let's see how it goes. And it still works alright. That's right. I'll let that dry and put a bit more on. There you go. And that's okay. Now I know I've got to make an alteration because you can see that isn't sitting straight, is it? But it will be. It's got to be flat against the tie wall. So I'm going to let that go for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to do some sanding. And there it is. So I've got to sand this bit back here, and I can do this with this. Whoops! And fit fingers and thumbs at the moment. There we go. So I'm going to come in there with this. Whoops! I'll do the L and do this. Let's see if it comes round. It's nearly there. I've got to come a bit more there. So I'm going to pull that round a bit more like that and get that bit there. Sorry, I think I might have been out of shot again. Pull that round now, see if it works. A bit more. Put it round. And now you can see it's level and it still works. There you go. So I've got 3 done now, and I suppose I think I've got to clean this bit up a bit quickly, and then we'll have this done as an update. I think because this took a long time, so I'm going to just come in here and take that bit out. That's that one. I think it was on 4 corners, yeah. And the other one, let's do another one after this, they're only small. go around now with the sponge bit. Oh, that one's still got a bit of a lip. I'm still doing here, Lou. I'm still recording, love. It's alright. I'm just going to turn off in a minute. I'll switch off. Right, I'll switch off and come back in a second. I'm back. Right, I'm going to glue these seats on now, because I can do. So we're going to get the old Mr. thing, because I can glue these on, because they're all done. And so I can put that bit there. And they go in the slots that are actually recessed. There's one. That's done, that's one recess. Right, get the other one on. And there's a seat here. Can run a bit of glue around that one. That's it. So that one's on. That one's on. I can put a bit of glue into there as well. I don't know if you can still see. I think you can. Just give it a bit more room. If my head gets in the way, I'm sorry, because I'm trying to make sure I don't make a mistake. And there's another one here somewhere. Oh, there it is. No, that's it. Right. So. There we go. And this one is here. I made a bit of smudge on there, so let's get rid of that. That's it. Right. Now you can see they're all done. And they all work. Right, I'm going to put that down. I'm going to sort that quits for now, and I might call this an update, because I think I must have quite a bit on this. So, right, here we go then. I'll see you in the next segment, or in the next video. Or next update, I should say. Happy modelling!